what is this Human Development Index? It was just 0.676 in 1996, and it has improved to 0.725 in 2006 and to 8.2 in 2011. So there has been a steady increase in the Human Development Index of Puducherry over a period of time. Now, when compared to other states, Puducherry occupies 5th position in terms of Human Development Index, next to Chandigarh, Goa, Kerala, and Delhi. Now, at the global level, about 186 countries have been classified into 4 groups. Where Puducherry comes into. One is very high Human Development Index countries, high Development Index countries, medium Development Index countries, and a very low or poor Development Index. Where does Puducherry, or where Puducherry will find its place? Is it at the lowest bottom or the highest level? Given the parameters of health, education, and standard of living, you are 1,75,000 indicating higher standard of living. It is in the higher developed index country. High developed index country you are able to find because it is 0.86. The classification is very high human developed countries. The range of Human Development Index is from 0.805 to 0.95. Then the next one 0.712 to 0.79. Medium is 0.536 to 7.1. Low 0.327 to 0.534. Now, among these 4 categories, India's Human Development Index comes in the 3rd category, namely medium development. But Puducherry's Human Development Index comes under the high human development country. So in terms of Human Development Index as well, Puducherry is one of the top ranking states in the Union Territory, in the country. So combining all these indicators, we don't find any contradiction between these measures. State domestic product, per capita income, Human Development Index, all point to the same point, the same destination. The destination is Puducherry has already become one of the advanced economies in the country. But does not mean that all developed countries have a smooth sailing and they are free from problems. But like that, it is also there. So we take these factors and also look into the sectoral transformation that has come. Whether that sectoral transformation is akin to the sectoral transformation that is taking place in the developed countries like America, Australia, or Canada. Whether can we take this to those economies and find it? What is the sectoral transformation? I told you the primary sector, secondary sector, and then the tertiary sector or the service sector. What has happened over the period? I will skip a lot of statistics, but only give you the essential conclusion. The conclusion is there has been a tremendous transition from the primary sector to the secondary sector and the tertiary sector. And today, tertiary sector contributes to 58.2% of SDP. Secondary sector contributes 37%, and the primary sector contributes only 4.0. In 1960-61, primary sector contributed 31%. Its share today is 4%, 4.8%. The secondary sector in those days contributed 26%, and it has increased to 37% now. And the tertiary sector, its share was only 42%. Now it has become 58.20. So today, there is a virtual transformation of Puducherry economy from primary sector to service sector. This is the feature that we find in most of the developed countries. You take America, for example. Which sector is more important? Primary sector has lost its content. It's only, like here, agriculture is contributing 3 to 4% of the economy of America, Canada, Australia. So same thing has happened in Puducherry also. Why it has happened and what problems it has created is a different issue. But that sectoral transformation has come. Now, if you take intra-sectoral transformation within the particular sector, you take a primary sector, for example, you have agriculture, animal husbandry, fisheries, forestry. What kind of transformation has come? There we find agriculture is losing its contribution, but the fisheries is increasing. Fisheries, with a maritime resource area of 45 kilometers and a lot of inshore water area, the fisheries sector is assuming significance in the last few years. And this is one area which has got a potential for future growth as well. This is one of the policy implications for the government. The government will have to concentrate on fisheries sector, provide tools of modernization of fishing, create ports wherever it is required, fishing harbor projects, wherever it is required without affecting the environmental aspects, try to help the farmers to produce more and tap the untapped potential of fisheries sector. So within the primary sector, this is the sectoral transformation that is taking place. When we come to the secondary sector, we notice that the manufacturing industry is maintaining its spree, but its share also has come down from 84.53 to 76.9. And in that group, construction activities are taking place more. Its contribution is becoming greater because of increasing construction activities, electricity, and other aspects. Within the tertiary sector, trade, hotel, restaurants is giving place to the real estate, banking and insurance, public services, etc. Therefore, within the intra-sectoral contribution also, we notice that Puducherry is making that kind of expected transformation of a developed society. And there are about 8,966 total industries in the Union Territory with an investment of 2,798.85 crores. And the infrastructure consisting of electricity, transport, port, banking, and other things are also making slow progress in consonance with the needs of the economy. I don't say that infrastructure has been phenomenally developed, but it has improved over a period of time. Now, what is most astonishing about the Puducherry is its social sector development. Social sector development, and many people in India do not know that the Puducherry has attained a social status which is far exceeding the social status of Kerala. When we take a health status, for example, World Health Organization wants to study about the health status of India. They take Kerala as the example. But many people do not know that the Puducherry and Kerala are on the same lines in terms of various parameters. So socially, if you take it, social development is also equally good in the Pondicherry economy. And the two important sectors in the social field is education. And you are all educationists. You know how education has progressed in Pondicherry. Take the number of institutions, number of students who have studied, number of teachers they recruited. In all these indicators, Puducherry has done marvelously well. As a result of this, a number of social changes have come in Puducherry society. The most important social factor is that her literacy rate today is 86.7 from just 30% in 1960-61. The rural literacy rate is about 75%, rural literacy rate. Female literacy rate is about 80%. So the impact of the educational facilities that we have created has led to Puducherry society as an intellectual society, as an educated society, reviving the past glory of Puducherry as a land of learning, as a land of wisdom, as a land of intellect, as a land of scholarship. This is thanks to the education facilities that we have. See, if you take colleges, for example, when we were studying in 1966, there were only 3 colleges. There was no college in Karaikal, there was no Karaikal Mage, college in Mage, there was no college in Yanam. There are only 3 colleges, and all with undergraduate education. After finishing our BA, we had to go out for either MA or for BL. After finishing our BA Economics, Mr. Narayanasamy went for law, I went for economics in St. Joseph College. There was no facility for that. But today you have 87 colleges, a central university, a number of deemed universities, right? How many institutions have come? They all have increased the educational opportunities of Puducherry people, and it is also meeting the education needs of people who are coming from outside. So this is a very, very remarkable change that has come in the Puducherry economy. The second aspect of this education is the women literacy has gone up, women education has gone up, and therefore the social status is improving. Today we are able to see a large number of our sisters occupying very high positions as vice chancellors, working as professors, doctors, nurses, and whatnot. In every position we are able to find today Puducherry women because of that. And the third important impact of this educational progress is Puducherry, sir, was the first state or territory to achieve the goal of universalization of education for children in the age group of 16 to 14. Way back in 1985 itself, Puducherry achieved it, and some other states are still struggling to reach that level. They are in the level of 80% or 85%. We achieved it in 1985 itself. So that is, Puducherry has fulfilled the constitutional requirement of the Government of India long back. And the fourth important aspect of this educational progress is that a number of people from the lower strata of society, people from the SC community, people from MBCs, people from OBCs, they have received good education. They have received good jobs. They are going abroad. And the family status, social status of such families has been enhanced thanks to the education. These are all the remarkable areas which we are actually seeing. You take Mr. Narayanasamy and myself, we come from very poor families. We come from villages. He was coming from Purnanguppam. I was coming from Murungapakam. He used to come to Tagore Arts College, right? That was the situation in those days. But today both of us are affluent, not because of anything, but because of the education that we have received. The education which I got enabled me to become an assistant professor in 1971 itself. The education that he got made him a reputed advocate of Puducherry. So education empowers people to earn more, and that empowerment makes all the social changes. Today we don't distinguish between the scheduled caste people, MBC, OBC, forward communities. Everybody is equal as far as education is concerned. I don't think that such a revolution has come in any other part of India as in the case of the Union Territory of Puducherry. You take health, for example, there is a remarkable transition in the health sector. Dr. Murali would admit when I say that the infant mortality rate, which is the indicator of health status, is just only 17 per thousand. 17 per thousand, one of the lowest in India. Lowest in India, just nearer to that of Kerala, which is 15 per thousand. The death rate has come down, birth rate has come down, medical institutions have increased, doctors are increasing, nurses are increasing, okay? Some of them are not putting qualitative effort, that's a different issue, but at least in terms of quantity we find, health-wise, we are doing extremely well, and that is another area. And the last point that I would make to show whether there is a progress or not is with reference to the revenue system that we have developed. Revenue system about which our Chief Minister was also mentioning. We have built a strong revenue system based on the growth in our own revenue. The tax system is highly buoyant. With every increase in state income, there is an increase in the tax revenue of the government. Highly buoyant. the tax effort of Pondicherry, in terms of the tax effort, Puducherry occupies second position. In terms of revenue income ratio, it is about 45%, first in the country. So revenue features are also good. Taking all these factors, what is your conclusion? I think you would agree with my conclusion that Puducherry has performed well. And that answers my third question. Now let me step into the third question. What are the current challenges posed by Puducherry economy? You must be feeling that with this rosy picture of Puducherry economy, Puducherry should be free from all the normal issues. But actually it is not. Actually it is not not because of something wrong with the economy, but something wrong with the management of the economy, management and administration of the economy. Now I'll quickly go into those issues. The first issue is Puducherry today is facing a severe financial crisis. The crisis is of such an enormous magnitude that the government is not able to pay even its pensioners. I am a pensioner from government of Pondicherry. I am not getting my pension for the last 8 months